Buen día para todos, mi nombre es Luisa López. A continuación voy a realizar la lectura del artículo académico llamado Can Fintech Innovation Promote Household Consumption? Evidence from China Family People Studies. Durante todo este proceso he estado leyendo artículos acerca de fintech, por lo cual este me interesó muchísimo por el hecho de que hablan acerca de cómo está innovando las fintech en el consumo de las familias. Entonces fue un artículo escrito por Sumelo, Johnson y Ruiz. Abstract. Using data from the Chinese Family People Studies (CFPs) and the Digital Inclusive Financial Index. This paper explores the relationship between fintech innovation and household consumption. The results show that fintech innovation can significantly promote household consumption at the nationwide level. Further mechanics tests show that entrepreneurship and increasing income are the two main transmission channels. Besides that, we further conduct heterogeneity tests. The tests present that the promoting effects in the eastern region, urban households and wealthy households are higher than that in the western region, rural households, and low and middle income groups. The phenomenon shows that the Chinese government shall positively guide the development of fintech in order to enable people to enjoy the benefits brought by scientific progress. In addition, the conclusion have great reference value for developing countries. Introductions. Consumption has been playing a crucial role in economic development. In China, for example, the contribution on consumption to the total economic growth has been maintained at more than 15% since 20, 2015. Despite the impact of the COVID-19 epidemic in 2020. China finance consumption account for 54.3% of GDP in the wallet year, according to the data of the National Bureau of Statistics. Consumption is still the ballast stone for the stable operation for the economy, as and has been the first pulling force of China's economic growth for 7 consecutive years. Actually, there is wide body of literature on household consumption in the classic life cycle hypnosis. Individual consumption depends on one's income and people seek to small consumption to grow their lifetime. In recent years, people keep on pushing the studies on individual consumption. For instance, Kaplan and Violent 2014 developed a structured model where people call whole two kinds of assets with different liquidity to study the consumption response to income volatilities. There are also some studies providing empirical evidence like Blundell, Pistory, and Preston 2008. Agarliu and Soules 2007, and Better and Janilis 2017. It is. etc. On the other hand, fintech innovation may be playing as an important role in promoting consumption, as shown in Figure 1. The final consumption rate of Chinese residents gradually rose from 49.6% in 2011 to 54.3% in 2020. In the Wenwili, the Digital Inclusive Financial Index, which represents the developed level of fintech, increased rapidly from 40% in 2011 to this moment for choose to be coincidence and there might maybe some close connection between them. According to the previous literature, financial fintech could have a hardening impact on people's lives. Proposed that fintech innovation can overcome the problem of information asymmetry to a great extent and improve the efficiency of financial resource allocation to big data analysis on progressive. It will also bring technological progress and promote enterprise innovation by providing investors with innovative backend service, education, and training. So that finance can serve the real economy better, promote economic output, and promotes productivity development. Besides that, fintech innovation accelerates the substitution of electronic money for traditional currency, provides convenience for consumers to pay, and promotes household consumption in multiple dimensions by reducing payment costs, providing consumer credit, stimulation impulse consumption. Notably with the COVID-19 sweeping the globe, people change their attitude to the fintech application. And empirical evidence evidence has shown that finance does play a positive role during the COVID-19 epidemic. A reasonable question is will fintech promote household consumption and how does it affect household consumption? A mostly related study is Li Wu and Xiao 2020, using data from the China Household Finance Survey, documenting that finance will promote household consumption through the mechanics of online shopping, digital payment, obtainment of online credit, purchase of financial products, and business insurance of the internet. However, as we all know, household consumption mainly depends on this income, and it is necessary to study the chains of household income structure caused by fintech application. Therefore, different from the previous study, this paper explores the links between fintech application and household consumption by using data from China family Babel studies. Compared with CPEs, CPEs includes more basic behavioral characteristics of household rather than financial characteristics, which will be more conducive to our research by using this data. We further explore whatever fintech called inspiring entrepreneurship and increase household income. This paper contribution to the following aspects. First, we study the impact on fintech on household consumption from the perspective of entrepreneurship and household income, which will enrich the existing ratios. Second, CFFC data and digital inclusive financial index (DFIN). are used to the test the impact of vintage on household consumption. The data sources are true and reliable, and their test results are reliable. Moreover, it is a priority for our research questions. Finally, this study examines the heterogeneity of the impact of vintage on household consumption from their aspects, regional difference, urban-rural difference, and weather difference. In addition, it draws a conclusion that is not the same as the existing research. The research conclusion is more generality applicable. The remainder of the paper is structured as follows. Section 2 provides the literature review and hypothesis. Section 3 summarizes the data and provides the econometric model. Section 4 shows the empirical results, and Section 5 concludes the paper. Literature review and hypothesis. Literature review. The problem of household consumption has been readily concerned. Unrelated literature emerged on one after another for a long time. There are many factors that affect consumption, such as income, debt, and savings, household assets, credit, macroeconomic policies, please, and so on. Typically, the relationship between consumption inequality and income inequality has aroused widespread concern. It is found that consumption equality does not increase significantly, which is different from the jumping law of income inequality by constraining the consumption model of income risk sharing and in the rose development of the credit market. The change of the duration of income shock is the reason for the separation of income inequality and consumption inequality in the United States in the 1918. Taxation, transfer payment, and household labor supply play an important role in consumption inequality. That the sensitivity of consumption and time allocated to temporary and permanent white shock is calculated. Other studies have found that the change in consumption is more stable, that the change in the come to eat can reflect economic inequality more accurately. However, some studies have shown that the measures of consumption inequality can only reflect household level inequality, and the relationship between consumption inequality and income inequality is closer than that estimated by the direct response to expenditure. The cost of portfolio adjust will be an important factor affecting the impact of consumption on income. Empirical research shows that losing consumer credit will increase a liquidity and thus increase consumer demand. Macroeconomic policies such as fiscal policy, tax policy, industrial policy, government consumption, and investment will also affect household consumption and show different effects in different groups, regions, and policy implementation strategy. The study found that the shock of government spending during the recession indicators in increase in productivity, and the continued growth in government expenses leads to an increase in consumption, which is reflected in increased confidence. Besides, studies have shown that again labor supply life cycle well, well-being will affect consumption, social security, especially retirement, and other major changes in world status intend to have an impact on the total amount and structure of consumptions. As a king of technological innovation fits as greatly promoted, the technological progress interprets transformation and consumption branding of enterprises. In addition, it's found that fintech can promote household consumption while only shopping, electronic payment, and only lending or the intermediary variables of fintech to promote consumption. Other studies, other studies have shown that fintech has negative effects on household consumption is mountains, and this negative effect still exists when focusing on converging breed and debt indexability. Fintech innovation subverts the traditional way of allocating financial resources based on bank indirect financings, fintech, which poses a great challenge to the traditional financial industry. Fintech innovation will also spur the rise of regulatory arbitrage and shadow banking, where fintech leaders serve more creditworthy, borrowed, and are more active in the refinancing market than other shadow banks, which brings challenges to the traditional financial industry. However, some scholars like that the traditional financial industry can also use fintech to the turn crises into opportunities because the innovation of the integration of science and technology and finance will produce a multiplier effect, which will help to promote economic output and promote the development of productive force. It is also found that the technological innovation based of fintech can not only solve the trust problem of both sides of the transaction and effectively improve the transaction efficiency, but also overcome the problem of information asymmetry to a great extent through big data analysis and processes to improve the efficiency of financial resource allocation. Moreover, fintech brings technological progress by providing innovative back office service, education, and training to investors. Other scholars use the theory of transaction cost economics and blockchain technology to both forward and model to demonstrate how to the blockchain technology to overcome many problems in venture financial. As one of the main innovative modes of fintech, electronic payment has attracted more and more attention to its impact on household consumption. However, there is still a big dispute as to whether fintech and electronic payment can promote household consumption. Most scholars believe that electronic payment will promote household consumption when electronic payment helps to make shopping more convenient and efficient. It is easier for people to get consumer credit, get more financial resources, and actively participate in the digital economy, make transaction more secure and transparent, strengthen mutual trust between transaction and promote consumption. Other studies have shown that mobile money has an important impact on corporation growth, consumption, and macroeconomic development. Studies on mobile payments in developing countries that have shown that mobile payment users can prevent a decline in consumption under the impact of natural disasters. In addition, studies have shown that there is obvious interested in the impact of fintech, electronic payment, and e-commerce of consumption. The purpose of this study is to explore the impact of reducing transaction costs on risk sharing by estimating the impact of mobile money on consumption. The study found that although the shock reduced non-user consumption by 7%, consumer household consumption was not affected. Digital inclusive finance can promote household consumption, mainly promoting household recurring expenditure on clothing, food, housing, transportation, medical care, education, and entertainment, and ensure out for their studies, digital finance play a greater role in promoting consumption than other families in families with fewer assets, low income, and poor financial literacy. From an academic perspective, mobile payment and financial technology can both be classified into the category of the digital economy, as defined by Goldfarb and Tracker 2018. The digital economy is based on the digital technology, which is the representation of information in bits. People can reduce the cost of storage, computation, and transmission of data, given the characteristics of the digital economy. Researchers pay more attention to its impact to traditional economic activities. From the perspective of research objects, the current literature can be divided into two stands. The first one, the first one invasive the macro impact of the digital economy. In contrast, other researchers pay more attention to its micro impact, such as the impact of the digital economy on corporation behaviors and individual behaviors. Specifically, from the macro perspective, some economics modify the classical macro growth model. Since a large amount of data will be generated in the production activities of enterprise, this data can relate to the production activities of enterprise. Based on the consideration, some researchers apply the data generated in enterprise activities to the classical growth model to study the impact of the digital economy on economic growth. The representative literature are Jones and Jonetti 2020, etc. By comparison, some scholars have shown great enthusiasm from the micro impact of the digital economy. Bueno, ya pues como tal lo que me dejó como tal el artículo académico, puedo decir básicamente que en todo su recorrido es un estudio utilizando pues los datos de los estudios de panel familiar de China, eh, y el índice inclusivo digital por sus siglas en inglés. Se explora la relación entre la innovación fintech y el consumo de los hogares. Los resultados muestran que la innovación fintech puede promover significativamente el consumo de los hogares a nivel nacional. Entonces, además, se realizan pruebas de mecanismos que muestran el emprendimiento y el aumento de los ingresos son las dos principales canales de transmisión. Asimismo, se llevan a cabo pruebas de heterogeneidad que demuestran que los efectos promotores en la región este, como los hogares urbanos y los hogares ricos, son mayores que en la región oeste. Entonces, los hogares rurales y los grupos de ingresos bajos y medios como tal se ven afectados. Este fenómeno indica que el gobierno chino debería guiar positivamente pues, el desarrollo fintech para permitir que las personas disfruten de los beneficios que trae el progreso científico. Además, las conclusiones tienen un gran valor de referencia para los países que están en desarrollo. No siento más, muchísimas gracias.